Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing out there? Welcome to Tweet FPV on this, it's a beautiful Sunday morning here. Weather's kind of cooling off just a hair. It's no longer the surface of the sun. It is just now the shadow of it. It is Sunday morning here where I'm at, 10 o'clock. Just to give you an idea what the time difference is. Headset just made a weird doot-doot-doot sound. I have no idea what that's all about, but apparently there's something. My morning is powered by Ruby Moon Coffee. You want to get yourself a little discount, Ruby Moon Coffee? Use the coupon code TweetFPV. Get $1.50 off each item. And tell Brent I said hi. Good friend of mine. And makes one hell of a nice cup of coffee. About the only way I keep going every day. I probably drink too much coffee, if that's a thing. Anyways, that intro clip there, little different than usual. My life isn't just FPV and only FPV. I also do motorcycle stuff. I've been riding motorcycles since I could walk. Been riding dirt bikes, road bikes, you name it. Been there doing all of that stuff. Finally got a chance to go out with some buddies that finally moved into the area. That was a trail out in Mississippi called Rattlesnake Bay. Fun trail. Reminds me of back home in northern Michigan. So, excuse me for the little departure from the main focus of the channel. Let's be honest, we don't focus on a whole lot here. We're kind of scatterbrained. We're all over the place, but main focus is, these guys here. Maybe not exactly that one. That one is the Cola 6. Been spending an awful lot of time trying to tune that quad. It is a tough one to tune. It is a very dirty setup as far as a tuning aspect is concerned. It's doing all the things wrong to have nice, clean traces. It has a big floppy antenna on the end of it. It has folding bi-blade props. It's a pusher. It has folding arms. But the only thing it's not doing wrong is it's toilet tanking the battery, at least keeping the center of mass somewhat in the center. It has been very difficult to tune. It does fly decent on the stock tune, all up with the GoPro on it. Moved it to Betaflight 4.3, and I'm trying to kind of really dial it in there. Getting there, it flies pretty darn good as is. I'm just trying to see how much performance I can squeeze out of that little guy there. And again, it's not an acro rip your face off quad. It's supposed to be a GoPro hauling long range cruiser, with the GPS, the long range antenna, DJI, all that fun stuff in there. It's supposed to be just a tripod in the air. Not like a DJI tripod in the air, but you know what I mean. For that, out of the box, it flies just fine. I think the next thing I'm going to try doing is switching to tri-blade floppy proppies. I know floppy proppies are going to inherently cause some issues with vibration, but that's the whole point behind this frame, is that it basically packs up to about the size of a Nalgene bottle, and you can't really do that, at least quickly, if you don't have the folding prop action going on there, like so. So that's where I'm at. That's what I've been spending the last, week or so working on, kind of in between rainstorms, work, and other obligations in the family. But she's coming along. It's a good quad. I really like it. It is definitely 100% hands down replaced my Flywoo Explorer 4-inch. I have absolutely no need for that quad anymore. That was the king of the heat for me as far as long range cinematic went, but the fact that I can haul the same batteries, the same batteries I fly on all my other quads, a full-size GoPro, and it packs up in a much smaller space with all the stuff already installed on it than the Explorer, it's kind of a no-brainer. At least for me it is. Yeah, Mike Bergman, them are 6-inchers. 6-inch props. All right, man. Back to the chat. Well, welcome to the chat. Everybody, welcome to the channel. ESC FPV, how you doing this morning? Maniac FPV, glad to see you here. Morton Upshot, as always. Finally made a decision to get a balance board. So from RDQ, is the one from RDQ junk? Power Genesis 4-pack with the parallel charging board. Let's see what he be talking about. I believe he is talking about this guy, and yes, this is a junk. Well, junk by today's standards. Parallel charging board. It does have a lot of features, but it is not a very safe parallel board. There are much safer options out there, like the this one here. This is the Joshua Bardwell parallel charging board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 packs, each individually fused. The problem with this board here, and what happens with a lot of these ones, is these fuses are actually soldered to the board. They are not easily serviceable. That one might be. This I'm not 100% sure, but this one is just like pulling a fuse out of your car. Use the little microblade fuses. This is 6S only, but you guessed it. You can pack other size balance port connectors into this, and it works just fine. It does have thermal fuses on it. This board here, if you accidentally get off a pin, you will just end up burning the trace. Hopefully burning the trace before you burn up your battery pack. This one here has poly fuses on it. The fuses will open up, clamping off the current, and this is a little thermally sensitive strip here. Let's see if I can make that guy activate. Yeah, my fingers aren't hot enough, but they will turn red when you have a short, and also has a little LiPo checker on there. It's kind of dumb, doesn't really do much for you, but this is kind of the gold standard as far as balance boards go. There are other versions like this with different features and different type of plugs and connectors, but this is about the only, like, the lowest end board I would ever recommend for anybody parallel charging. This one here's another decent one, but still nowhere near as good as that JB board, which I believe is made by Strix anyways, just if you're looking for a generic brand. But, it will do the job. There are just a lot better options out there, but then again, it's $9.99, so, vote with your dollars, I guess. Good morning, Lawrence. How you doing? Hopefully you get a couple packs in and you don't break everything you own. Wrong way, FEV. Good morning. Borked, welcome. William Tan, how you doing? Hello to all the tweets. That's a funny looking quad. Yeah, that was not a quad. That was that was my 2001 KTM 520. I've been riding that for a very long time. Not the best bike in the world, certainly not the lightest, but me and her, we get along extremely well. Extremely well. Mike Bergman, how you doing? Michael D, good morning. More Upshot says, I like my coffee like my women. Bitter. Yes. Corey Gamble, good morning. How you doing? Free Range Chicken, good morning. Michael D says, have you seen the new Happy Model EP1 dual receiver? True diversity. True diversity. I've heard the word true diversity so many times, it ends up being not true diversity. I have not seen that. I know there's a few of them out there that are diversity. I think Maytech makes one, or made one. I don't know if they do anymore. But Michael, if you got a link to that, go ahead and pop that in the chat there. It'd be great to see that without spending the next 20 minutes trying to search for it. Yeah. But yeah, Mike Bergman, that Cola 6 has bi-blade 6 inches. Athix, welcome home. Glad you're back, guys. Ryan, how you doing? FUV Trucker, good morning, dude. Athix, 11 straight days of work. Ooh, that OT check. Gonna be great, right? I have that board, and it's meh. I get the JB board. Yep, that's what I think, Mike Bergman. I think as far as that board goes compared to some of the other cheaper boards, they're basically the same. It's just what size connector do you want on it is basically really what it comes down to. It's a good backup. Yep. It'd be a truck board, one you throw in the back of your truck. A lot of people have issues with balance charging, especially when they first get into the hobby, because everybody was balance charging back before we had high quality, high value, reliable multi-channel chargers. Everybody parallel charge. A lot of people still parallel charge. I kind of stopped. I really don't care. I'd rather run 2 chargers with dual outputs on them, and I'm fine with that. I'm not in that much of a hurry to charge 20 packs at once. You can only fly one at a time, so I just kind of keep them rolling at the field. But we do have power there, so that's just my situation. A lot of people get in a lot of trouble parallel charging because parallel charging takes all the safety features that are built into your LiPo charger and goes out the window. You have 0 safety protections with it, besides possibly... No, actually, you lose all safety features that are built in the charger. There's not a ton of them, but with the few you have, they are gone. If you have 4 packs in there, one of those cells is going, up. You may have a fireball on your hands. The only time I've seen LiPos catch on fire is when people were parallel charging them. But yeah, all right, Michael D, thank you for the link here. Okay, yeah, I figured it was going to be on their website. EP1 dual diversity. Hopefully they don't cut any corners. This is pretty cool. And yep, that is true dual diversity. It's not antenna diversity. You have 2 sets of chips here. I would, if this was diversity, it would be antenna diversity, but this is actually true diversity. That is nice. I wonder what the price point's going to be. What will the price point be? Wonder. I would assume it's going to be at least double that of an EP1 as far as price goes, but that's really cool. Glad to see it. Come on. Come on. I believe Maytech does make a diversity ELRS, so they're not the first. But I don't know if this is true, if this is antenna switching diversity. It seems to me that it might be antenna switching diversity, though. Yeah, there it is, antenna switching diversity. So you see the difference here as far as the layout of the chips go compared to... That's not what I wanted. So here you can kind of see the difference. And we went through a lot of this back in the day with VRXs having diversity or antenna diversity. Antenna diversity is typically crap compared to regular diversity. So here we have basically 2 entire receivers mirrored on each side, whereas on the Maytech, you can see we only have 1 RF chip and then a antenna switching module, which is probably what that is. And so what this receiver is doing is it's going back and forth, like this antenna, that antenna, this antenna, that antenna, this antenna, that antenna. Oh, this one's higher. I'm going to listen to this one. And then it goes, oh, okay, this one's still good. Oh, nope, all right, still good. Oh, this is better. I'm going over here. Oh, this is better. It's constantly going back and forth. It only has 1 receiver in it, but it has something that's going back and forth between the two antennas to see which one sounds better. But with true diversity, where on earth did that window go? It's here somewhere. Maybe, maybe not. It's weird. It's just like disappeared. But with, oh, there it is. Oh, it's part of OBS. So with true diversity, the processor's listening to both at the exact same time, and when one goes higher, then it switches the antenna. Rather than just randomly going back and forth, sampling, it's actively monitoring both antennas at the same time, and then picking the one with the best signal. That is the difference, if you guys didn't know. But, yeah. FPV trucker, I like the STD board, the ISDT boards. They are very well built, but you are paying way too much for 4 ports. But they are very well built. Yep, it was 2017. We didn't have many balance options back then. Nope, and all the chargers were just the run-of-the-mill standard 4-button chargers. Sorry, there's a cord hanging in front of my little monitor there, and it's driving me bananas. Can the balance board be used to put all your packs in storage charge? Yes, it can, as long as they all start at roughly the same voltage. Rule of thumb is 1 milliamp difference per cell. So if you have, obviously you burn your house down, that's on you. Sorry. But this is the general rule of thumb is if you have a 6S pack, the voltage between pack A and pack B can be roughly 6 milliamps. If it's a 2S pack, 2 milliamps. Kind of follow what I'm saying there? Because when you plug those into the balance board, they're going to go, oh, there's space over here. All the angry trons are going to go to that battery and backfill that thing right quick in a hurry. But if there's only just a few milliamps difference, it's not going to be that much of a inrush of charge, and it'll be all right. But say pack A is, 7 volts lower than pack B, that's a lot of electricity going very quickly across that balance board into that pack. Pack is not intended to take a very fast inrush of current. That's why, the general rule of thumb for charging is 1C. So if it's a 1300 pack, you're going to charge at 1.3 amps. If you plug 2 batteries in that are at different voltages, like especially large different voltages, you are going to give max amps, whatever is capable of going through that discharge lead, through the traces in that board, through whatever fusing there is, if there is even any, and into that other pack. And that's when bad happens. I just don't like the balance charge anymore. Just don't do it. Oh, yeah. But you can use them to balance charge everything, as long as they all start off in the same voltage. Yep, the Maytech only has 1 receiver, 2 antennas. Chris Quad, what's the difference? I think we talked about that. Do they have it for sale? Oh, $29.97. Very nice. Thanks, Michael D. I appreciate the links there. I don't know what I would actually run this on other than like a long-range cruiser. That's just the only place I could think of having that extra diversity would be ideal. But these are going to be running on Express LRS 3.0, so your transmitter is going to be on 3.0. You will no longer be able to talk to your 2.0 stuff. And as of right now, at least the last I've heard, if you have a a little whooperdoo like this guy here that has an SPI ELRS receiver, these are stuck at 2.0 firmware for the time being. I'm sure there are people hard at work trying to fix that for everybody. Ooh, my elbow hurts. Dang. But that's just something we're going to have to get into. That's kind of like these things coming out with... I'm dropping stuff. That's kind of like these things when they came out. They were on Betaflight 4.3 nightlies long before Betaflight 4.3 was out. So it's just one of those things that you're going to have to keep an eye on and work through. But, ELRS 3.0 should be out soon, hopefully. Yeah, so I see the Maytech ones either not being sold or dropping drastically in price because I can't see any reason to get one. What's up, FE family? Thanks, Speedy Turtle. How you doing, buddy? Hope life is treating you well. Speedy Turtle, one of the good guys in the hobby. Definitely give his Discord and his Patreon a check. Doing some really cool stuff for the community. If you guys don't know about the Speedy Cares package, you really got to get on that. Been crazy busy. I hear you, man. You can even out the voltage of 2 batteries in about 2 seconds. Yeah, you can. And then a lot of pixies come out. Yeah, EDOC, I know that there's going to be a branch for 3.0. I don't know if it's ever going to actually... I hope it becomes mainstream in Betaflight, but, you know, it's just like, what was it, the Mach 3 VTX, when it first came out, they were cloning TBS Smart Audio, and they weren't licensing it. So TBS, or Betaflight, broke basically the vulnerability that, or the whatever loophole it was that you were able to control authorized smart audio devices, and you had to flash like a special build of Betaflight to keep them working. It was kind of annoying, but you know, there's always an option. Joe MCK just got his HD0 finally built. Awesome, man. Glad you got it. How do you say you like it? I'm glad you do. Just threw an EP2 on and got rid of the SPI. Yeah, you know, that's an option, but I paid extra for that that lightweight option of having it on SPI. Plus, SPI is faster. It's probably not even measurably faster, or like, you know, noticeably faster, but it is a faster communication link between the MCU and the you know, the ELRS guts in there than it is to go over UART. It's probably negligible. Probably doesn't make that much of a difference, but it's there. EDOC. Thank you so much. Posting up the links to the Phobos builds over in the Tweet FB Discord channel under live chat. I got contacted sometime last week. Guy says, "Hey, I'm a patron, but something's wrong with Discord. I can't get into the patrons only live stream chat room." And he's like, "There's only like 2 spots in there." I'm like, "Well, it's because my Discord is basically open to anybody. You don't need to pay me to get help. You don't need to pay to be part of my community. You just got to join." There is a special room for patron-only chats, you know, troubleshooting, stuff like that. And I do give that preferential treatment because, you know, these guys up here, they're the ones that are keeping me going here, keeping me financially afloat as far as this hobby goes. But, you know, I help everybody out. It's equal opportunity, but they do get preferential treatment. You also do get early access to the giveaways over on my Patreon. Today, we will be giving away the monthly giveaway for last month. It'll be this, the Darwin FPV Baby Ape Pro 3-inch whooper deal, hoot angler, little mini quad. These things are super fun, very light. Not the most durable thing in the world, but this is probably the most bang for the buck way to get into this hobby as far as like getting a drone goes. You know, the first real good crash, you're gonna break the frame, but you know, you move all this electronics to another frame and just keep living on. But the Baby Ape is a ton of fun. It's a great little quad. I'll be giving this away today at 11:45. It is 10:30 right now. So if you haven't gotten in on the giveaway on this, go ahead and sign up Patreon. It's as little as $2 a month, and you get in there. $5 and up, you get early access to my giveaway links. That will basically, when I post the giveaway entry form, you'll get notified, and then for everybody else, it goes live when I hit that stream button this morning. So get in on that. 11:45, this thing will be going to one lucky winner. Obviously, you got to pay for shipping because the USPS is bleeding my ass dry. Them vultures. All right, had a little poll going here about the background music. I don't know if people like it or not. Apparently, the vast majority of you do. Well, maybe not vast majority, but most of you do. So she's around to stay. It keeps me from getting, I don't know, just keeps something going on in the background for me. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just one of those things, one of those thingamajigers. Oh man, EDOC, thank you so much for hooking us up. Andriano, welcome. How are you doing this morning, my friend? El Leston, a all-time, long-time supporter. Thank you for coming out today, buddy. Expander, how you doing? Mike Bergen, equal opportunity unless you're a dickhead. There you go. Smash the like button. Digging the background music. Good vibes. Good. Thank you, E-Drone. Thanks for coming out, buddy. Let's see. Aethix, man. Could use the baby ape my 3S Goku board. It's gyro issues. Yeah, I've had a few flight controllers with gyro issues over the years. Sometimes those gyro issues are just electrical noise and can usually be can sometimes be corrected by putting more capacitance in the main discharge leads, or your capacitor has gotten, crapped out, or you didn't have one at all. Sometimes that can be cleaned up, but yeah, most of the time it's a fool's errand. I love when I get emails from somebody saying, they ask, hey, how do I replace the gyro on my flight controller? And I kind of go through a little bit of like, oh, this is how you do it, and they're like, well, can you do a video on how to replace it? I'm like, well, see, the thing is, if you're asking me, can I replace my gyro on my flight controller, that's almost like a little bit of a tell that you probably don't have the skills to do it without destroying everything else. Not saying don't try it, but that is like level 10 tech stuff right there. When you're up there, you're not asking those questions. Just saying. Joe MCK, hey, I want to ask what's up with Walksnail not being FCC compliant or something. It is not FCC compliant. Neither is any of your analog gear. So who really gives a shit? DJI is FCC compliant, but as soon as you change those antennas on the goggles, it is no longer FCC compliant because you have now taken it out of what it was basically made compliant from. So, yeah, as far as it not being compliant, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Nobody really seems to care. If you want to be able to fly stuff that isn't FCC compliant, which is every VTX out there except for like the one Fat Shark VTX, which nobody built, bought, or sold because it was POS, get yourself a ham technician's license. It's pretty easy to do. It's very cheap to get. And then you will be liable for doing anything wrong because you should know better now. That's the way it works. Certifications only protect people that are doing the right things, or they only hurt the people that are doing stuff the right way. Oh man, Drone Shots, how you doing? I'll send a message to you on Discord. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, I love some of these coffee companies that are popping up. Like, I mean, this coffee might taste like absolute poo, but that's some good marketing. Those are some nice looking bags. I like that. Very nice. Dust till donuts. Very nice. Thanks, CDoc, for sharing, or Aethix for sharing that. Appreciate it. If you ever want to get a hold of me, Discord is the best way to do it, or email me, tweetfe@gmail.com. The $5 I Pick It, You Stick It sales event last weekend went very well. Managed to clear out a lot of inventory that had just been kind of sitting around. Thank you all for joining in on that. Surprising the amount of people were ordering like 3 or 4 grips instead of just like the one they would normally order. So that was really cool. Thank you so much. I had a macadamia nut before I came down. It's kind of stuck in my teeth. Oh, YouTube did the whole the jumpy thing there. I wish it would not do that. I don't know why. Delta Drone Works. How you doing this morning? Pedro Tome. I like the music a lot. Thank you. I like it too. This is all music it's all from Epidemic Sound. It's a subscription based DRM free music thing. I know I probably shouldn't be paying for this because it doesn't really doesn't really gain me anything using this, except for I don't have to think about what music I put in videos and worry about getting copyright strikes or any of that kind of crap. So that's why I do it. It's I don't know. I know there's other free music sources out there. Yeah. Scott, how are you doing this morning? LS, what are the safest Express LRS receivers out there? In my opinion, and the opinion of a lot of other people, and this is going to sound weird, real weird, Happy Model EP1 is probably the best receiver you can get. I know, Happy Model, who would have guessed it? Happy Model makes some of the best receivers on the market. I personally use the Happy Model EP1s and 2s in anything where size is, it's at a premium. Same with weight. If I'm using, if I'm going to put Express LRS on a quad, like something that's long range or something that I'm going to fly out there a little bit, I personally use the Beta FPV Nano Express LRS receiver. They've always treated me well. They're really good receivers. The antennas that come with them are very nice. The antennas that come with the Happy Model receivers are, I don't like them. They're too floppy. Like there's no rigidity to them. But this is my receiver of choice if I have the space and the weight, because this does have an amplifier on the telemetry circuit. So you will get telemetry farther out than you will with some other ones. And the nice thing is the pinout is exactly the same as other manufacturers, TBS. So if you have a flight controller that has like pinouts on it for mounting a, let's say a Crossfire receiver, this is a direct replacement, drop in. Bob's your uncle, you're good to go. But I've always been very happy with these. They've worked out very well for me. Now, people hear Beta FPV and they go, oh, Beta FPV. Yeah. All right. First off for a second. Beta FPV makes good receivers. There's a few things I do like about these. One, the frickin' screen print on them. Like, you don't think that's a big deal, but I hate having to go to the internet every time. I'm like, damn it, which one's TX, which one's RX? It's screen print on there, so that's cool. These little guys here, these things work great. No problems there. This one here, on the other hand, a lot of people had range issues with it. They have a V1.1 now that's supposed to correct all those issues, but people want their cake and they want to eat it too. They want the slimmest, tiniest, lowest profile receiver, and then they're going to try to send it 3 miles. This is not that receiver. This is not supposed to do that. This is, I'm going to stick it in a whoop and fly it around my house. That's about it. Like, backyard flyer at most with no obstructions. Same thing with this guy. You can get a little bit more range. Come on. Where's a little more range out of this tower antenna thing. But nothing is going to replace having an actual quarter wave. Is it quarter wave? I think it's quarter wave antenna that you would get on a regular Express LRS receiver, like an EP1 or EP1 or a full size Nano, something like that. Not the same. Should not have the same expectations. But the Beta FPV ones have been good to go in my my experience. It's twitching when it gets warm to hot. It's twitching when it gets warm to hot. Oh yeah, that's bad. Gyro's done. Happy Model maybe. Yep, Happy Model. Pedro, that's it. You'll need a hot air station. Yeah. If you have a hot air station, you know how to use it, or well, you know what it's for. So in the chat, I dropped the light list. Lights are user controllable. You have no idea how many hours of ripping my hair out it has taken to make that work for you guys. Please use it. Just put exclamation point, then the color. You can even do hex codes for colors. There's also like patterns, like I don't know, like how about should do things. This is a ton of work. Like, it really is. takes a minute to trigger. It's got a time delay between everybody's input, so it'll work through it eventually. All right. FPV Trucker asks, is there a tiny tool to get a broken screw out of a motor shaft? Nah, I mean, it depends on how badly broken off it is. If there's anything you can get a hold of. Is there a tiny tool to do it? Kind of, yes. Left-handed drill bits would be my first course of action. Make sure you have a nice, try to center punch it the best you can, and then left-hand drill bit. Hopefully you can catch an edge and screw it out. Also, while adding heat, motor shaft screws are typically held in with some sort of thread locker, so you get some heat on it, you can usually get them off. See, there's the thing that I hit for the command. A little delayed, but working through the other people's stuff. So, short answer, yes. In reality, probably not going to have a whole lot of luck with it. Yeah, you're probably kind of hooped on that, unfortunately. There's just not a ton of material to get a hold of on those screws. They're probably a M2 or M3 screw and leave a lot of room for error, but yeah. Oh, let's see. Okay, we're talking about walk snail. What about the GPS wipeout everyone is talking about? Well, GPS wipeout. I don't know what that's entirely about. Somebody want to hum a few bars? Maybe I can figure out what it is you're talking about. Is it? I think if it's what I think you're talking about, it's the same thing that DJI's had an issue with. It's just the transmit power on the VTX is just swamping the GPS receiver, and you won't have good reception. It's story as old as time there. Ground the case. Well, grounding the case might not actually be a solution. Kind of depends. I don't know. I don't have a response to that one. Is it possible to make an internal Express LS transmitter that's more than 250 milliwatts? Yes, there are plenty of them out there, and it's just adding an amplifier to it. Like there's 1 watt transmitters out there. But as far as a home DIY build, I haven't seen anybody doing anything over 250 milliwatts because the E28 chip. Hang on a second, let me grab one. I'll show you. Damn it, who just put that dust there? So the E28 LoRa chip is rated. Grab one out of the old saccaroni here. Putting this away can be done later, not on stream. Dumbass. So this here. This is the E28 LoRa chip. Right there, this little guy. So this is the heart and soul of the Express ELRS transmitter. It may not always come in this package. This is just a pre-packaged one. So it's the E28 transmitter. This is just a RF can. The way this chip is set up is it comes pre-connected to this onboard PCB antenna, which we don't use. You end up having to move a little short from here to enable the UFL connector, but these are rated at 250 milliwatts. So that is the most amount of power you're going to get out of the E28 chip. Now, what other manufacturers are doing is now they're throwing an amplifier on the backside of that, and that's how they're boosting it up to the higher power outputs, the 500 milliwatts, the 750s to 1 watts. That's how they're doing it. So as far as like a DIY build, I don't know if anybody has been doing it. It's certainly doable. There's no reason it wouldn't be doable. If you're interested in some of the DIY homebrew solutions, just go to Express LRS GitHub. It's not going to be the first thing that comes up. The wiki always is the first one that comes up. But go to the GitHub, look under hardware and 2400. Actually, well, why talk about it when we can just do it? Express LRS GitHub. And we can come into here and we can look at Express LRS hardware. Over here. Hardware. Go to PCBs, 2400 megahertz, and here are the options here. 1280 tiny. Oh, look at that. Oh, who contributed to this one? I did. So anyways, these are the known configurations. There are probably other ones out there. It just depends if they're contributing to the actual GitHub. What is this guy? That's a 20 by 21. So basically, everybody's kind of basing this off of the E20, the LoRa E28 modules. So you're probably not going to get anything over 250 in a homebrew option there, but it's certainly doable. Probably not worth the time and effort, to be quite honest with you. Do most of the ELRS receivers have the same pinout locations? As far as I know, they mostly do, but they will until they don't, and then smoke. Oh, well, thank you so much, Google, for reminding me that right now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads as the more viewers are watching. Give it a try. No, I'm not doing that to you guys. Not today, anyways. Should I? I don't know if it's worth it. I just don't. Chat revenue. Did I get a super chat? Oh. The homie FEV. For $1.99. It looks like a Euro thing. Thank you so much. He says hi. Hey buddy, how you doing? Sorry I missed your super chat. I must have been off in some weird La La Land rant. For some reason, it's just not super chats are not really showing up on my screen here. At least I don't think they are. Maybe I just missed it. Oh, there it is. I just haven't scrolled down that far. Well, that'll do it. Well, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. So if I had to guess, I don't know anything about this GPS wipeout thing. Most likely it's just a lot of RF interference that is overpowering the GPS receiver. The GPS receiver is extremely sensitive because it's got to pick up timing signals from, satellites in space. And if there's enough RF interference around it, it will swamp out the signal coming to the GPS receiver. The very first run of the Flywheel Explorer, which was a big hot pain in the ass, there was a lot of issues with it. The GPS sucked. It was terrible. Took forever to acquire sats, especially with DJI, because DJI's telemetry was swamping out the GPS antenna. So the solution was wrapping the wires in metallized tape to basically create like a Faraday layer around it, which was that's all bullshit anyways. Or to move the GPS antenna away from the VTX antenna, which is obviously the best fix you can do. Also, the M8 GN antennas kind of suck. They're super small, very low power, which is the appeal of them, but because of that, they're very sensitive to other RF noise. There are much better GPS units out there. They're also bigger and more power hungry. So you got to take what you get. If I wasn't so invested in Crossfire, I'd be switching to ELRS. Yeah, Crossfire's fine. I wouldn't buy any more Crossfire receivers. I would basically just start phasing everything over to Express LRS. But, TBS might actually have an advantage here in the upcoming apocalypse of the death of FPV. Because they have a closed ecosystem. they might actually be able to pull something out of their butt as far as this remote ID stuff goes. So as it stands right now, here we are. 12 days. 12 days. I know they kept saying, well, representatives of not the FAA kept saying, well, they're going to delay the timeline for manufacturers. That has not happened yet. So we'll see what happens. Got 12 days. I bet you on day 11, if they are going to push back, that's when they'll do it. We'll see. Flying Ryan FPV, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you here. I like Beta FPV personally. Maybe I just had good luck. Yeah, there's a lot of people who like to shit on Beta FPV. You get like one reviewer with a bad product, and they say, that Beta FPV sucks. Their AIOs burn up. Everybody's AIOs burn up. Beta FPV just sells the most of them. Yeah, they've made bad AIOs. Everybody has. You know, I've had plenty of Happy Model ones. You plug them in, there's this instant smoke. They're trying to do an awful lot in a space they shouldn't be doing it because we all demand it. I see Mike Bergman heavily invested in Crossfire, but I'm moving over to Express ELRS, even though the Express ELRS seem to be climbing in price. Well, everything's climbing in price, unfortunately, but, you know, that's what it is. The parts and pieces to make them are going up. Where am I at? One guy quit because he's using the flat antennas. Yeah. Well. Happy Model, it's all I use. EP1s and EP2s, yep, that's all you need. They're cheap too. I mean, like, you know, relatively cheap. Yeah. Didn't work first. All right, new product too. Let's see what we got here. RGB LED strips. Ergobleds. Who doesn't love some Ergobleds? These are really pretty cool. If these are EL wire RGB things, no, they don't look like it. People used to put EL wire on their quads, which is really nice looking, but it creates a ton of RF noise. But these look pretty good. Interesting. I'd like to. I think it'd be really cool on a tiny trainer. Just make it puke RGB. That's pretty cool. You can think of a lot of applications to use those with. Fly High FPV is a good dude. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Going down through the chat. Let's see. Tweet a few rants are the best. Yeah, I kind of get rolling. Sorry, guys. Just make tinfoil. Or GPS. There's several. Keeps controlling my mind. Yeah, you know, obviously that works. Keeps aliens out. Let's look through the chat here. All right. Cool. All right. Kind of caught up with the chat. Thank you all for participating there. I don't know if you guys know what banana spiders are. But they are all over the place here. They're absolutely disgusting. They love to hang out in the trees. That's what they look like. They're, you know, about that big. They're huge. They're disgusting. Their webs are like rope, yellow. And that trail we rode Saturday with the dirt bikes, this is what my GoPro looked like after just a few miles. I'm riding and I can't see anything because I have banana spider webs across my goggles and I see them crawling below my visor and I'm just like, get the hell off of me. And like you hit their web and their web sticks to you instantly. Like you've got to like stick your foot on the ground and like peel it off. It is just disgusting stuff. banana spiders they're cool looking until they're like right here. And whenever you walk into one, it almost stops you. You know, the webbing is so strong it like makes you it like pulls you backwards. It's crazy stuff. Banana spiders are just everywhere here. I wonder why all my buddies were like, hey, yeah, you go first. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, like I got a camelback and I'm riding. I want to like take a sip out of the camelback. I'm like, yeah, spider web. Nope, I'll suffer. No thanks. Yeah, they are ridiculous. Hell, you can even see like in a lot of the clips that I took off the GoPro, like you could see them hanging from my handlebars. They're everywhere. But yeah, dirt bike riding, that's my first love. It's been a while since I've really gotten to do it. Where I used to live at before I moved down to sweaty Alabama. I ride 3-4 times a week. It was awesome. Of course, not when it was snowing, but during the summer months, it was awesome. Very much enjoyed it. Just haven't done it a lot since I've been here. Definitely plan on getting into it a little more. Didn't take any FPV stuff. It was kind of a last minute, like, hey, let's load up all the stuff and get there before it gets dark. Try to beat the heat a little bit. I do plan on trying to bring my stuff next time. Just because, why not? But we're usually at a time crunch. We're always poorly prepared and last minute. You know how it goes. Aethix says put LEDs on the Beast class. I did not put LEDs on the Beast class. There's a lot less real estate on the Beast class than I thought there would be. The X class, that one over there, that's got LEDs all over it, but the arms are also that freaking long, so there's plenty of space for it. It's something I want to do once I get that tuned and going right. I'm working through the Colas 6, got to get that going. I got one other quad I got to work on, and then moving over to the Beast class. The Beast class should be a lot easier to tune, I hope, than this Colas. This Colas has been a total pain in the ass. Yeah. Tony Hernandez, good morning, buddy. Welcome. Flying Ryan FPV. Yeah, nope. I looked at it yesterday. I noticed the TPU prints were starting to peel up. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to just wrap those with tape to keep them on the arm. That adhesive, the 3M adhesive I used, just sucks. Does not work well. I mean, it probably works well. I'm probably just not using it in the right application. Yes, I did. Very cool. Octoframe is interesting. I say I would like to build one, but I don't know. It seems like an awful lot of work. A lot of stuff to go wrong. How was the tuning on that? I don't know if it'd be easier. There's, double the amount of shit making vibrations as it's going around. Sorry. Is anyone ever going to make an ELRS gamepad radio with nice gimbals? How's that Zorro? Tweet edition coming. The Zorro's awesome. ExpressOS gamepad radio. This has ExpressOS. It's a game-ish style radio, and the gimbals are badass in it. The stock gimbals are excellent. The CNC gimbals are even better, but it doesn't really add anything to the performance. It's more or less cosmetic than anything. But my radio choice right now is the ExpressOS enabled Radiomaster Zorro. This is the one for me. Not sure if anybody's seen it, but I have also embedded ExpressOS internal to an X-Lite without losing any functionality of the radio and without anybody actually being able to tell ExpressOS is in this. So this is another gamepad style option for ExpressOS. Yeah. Nice radio. X-Lite's a damn good radio. Really good radio. I just wish I had bigger gimbals, but it is what it is. Stock tune. Huh, awesome. JMSK, my Zorro radio took a crap. What happened to your Zorro? I'm kind of curious. What was the failure mode on it? How did it die? Went cheap, bought a 32-foot roll of 5-volt programmable LEDs and cut them to 5 pixels. Yeah, this thing. That's all just rolls of 12. These are 12-volt LEDs, but all individually addressable. And the same thing with the LEDs that are on the back of the couch there. Those are all individually addressable, just bulk LEDs running off 12 volts. Yeah, I go the cheap route. All the ergobleds that are in my PC case, it's all just bulk roll stuff. I'm not paying somebody to put RGB LEDs together. I could do that myself. Damn it. Flying Ryan says, thanks for the Grips, bro. Love the ones you sent. No complaints. Hey, man. Glad you like them. Jumpski, I got to get grips for my jumper now. Well, you know where to get them? TweetFV.com. If you want to get yourself some FEV radio grips, they are badass. And some people have made the claim that they make you fly up to 37% better. It's a hell of a claim. Not mine, but other people have said it. Andriano says, I'm a pincher. Is a Zorro or any gamepad style radio good for pinching? Honestly, I used to pinch. The Zorro is a decent radio for pinching, depending on how you pinch. If you do the, let's do this camera here. Got camera, should use. As far as pinching goes, most radios coming out are basically really well designed for thumbing, obviously, but for pinching, it's not a bad radio. Hang on, let me get my pinch grip going here. How do I pinch? I used to pinch like this, so it's not bad. I would probably extend the sticks a little bit. If you're a true pincher like this, it's good. A hybrid pincher, I don't know. Hybrid is the finger on top, thumb on, or finger in front, thumb on top. A little hard to get to the insides with these stick ends. You would probably want a more roundish type stick end. These are the TBS Crown Jewels. These are my favorite stick ends, but it's not a bad radio to pinch with. Believe it or not, I used to pinch the X-Lite, and this is a excellent pinching radio. I know it looks like it'd be bad for pinching, but it's not bad at all. It's obviously also a good radio for thumbing. Most of the full-size radios are really good for pinching. The gamepads are definitely more set up for thumbing, but they definitely work for both. It's just kind of the right stick ends and just getting used to it. Really, what it comes down to. But this is always a good pinching radio. I used to fly 5-inch pinching, and then micros I would thumb. It was really weird. But I used to be a thumber, and that's what I started off on, thumbing. And the radio that made me go to... I started off pinching. Pinching. And then the radio that made me go to thumbing was the FlySky Nirvana. That radio was damn near impossible to pinch. So thumbing it was. And I've been thumbing ever since. Oh, I like it. Let's see. Let's see, took a crap, blah, blah, blah. Got the Jumper T Pro. Yeah. Flying the TX12 AGO 1s now. Likely never pick up my Tango 2 or Mambo again. Yeah, I got rid of my Tango 2 a while ago. I've got my Mambo. I'm really only holding on to it for content. If Edge TX is ever able to go on that radio, I was at least going to make some video out of it and then pawn that thing off. I really liked the Mambo. That was a very good radio. It does have its fair share of issues, but I liked it. But I don't see myself going back to it. Oh, the internal ELRS just died. That is a bummer, man. Morton Upshot, I like the idea of the Zorro, but I already have a quarter-watt module on my TX12, which the Zorro had a 1-watt option. Yeah, I do too. It doesn't really need it, but it'd be nice to have it. But no, I get what you're saying. Trade X-Lite Pros. Want internal S in mine so bad. Don't think I have the know-how. Unfortunately, yeah, it is. It does take some doing to get it. 37% of the time, better 20% of the time. Yeah, hell yeah. Lawbart. Lawrence, he says he's a pincher. Printed thumb cups to my X-Lite. Yeah. Brandon Beans, good morning. How you doing this morning, buddy? Glad to have you here. Fingers still sleeping. Nice. YouTube did the jumper thing. Awesome. 8X, yes, you are correct. FB Trucker says I used to be a pincher until I bought the Zorro. Now I'm a thumber. Yep. There's always that one radio that converts you. These LEDs are awesome. I still have my internal source module. Let's see. My X-Lite has a rubber shredding on it and 3-year batteries and sticking gimbals. I was kind of thinking the T-Lite 2 with AGOs and tweakers for Christmas. I think, you know, if somebody asked me like what's the best all-rounder radio you can get right now, I would probably say probably the TX12 Mark II. This it hits all the buttons, or it hits all the, you know, checks all the boxes, has all the switches, the sliders, the momentaries, folding handle, internal charging, 18650 batteries, Edge TX, Espresso OS built in, full-size JR Bay. it has everything. Hall effect gimbals, it has everything. There's just... Why? Like, that bothers me. And the fact that it charges inside here. That's where it charges, not up here. There's just a few things that irk me about this radio. I'm just like, what? Who made these decisions? But, yeah, for the price, what it is, it works on everything. This is probably my recommendation for anybody that says, I want to buy a radio and I don't want to buy another one in a couple years. This is it. That'd be the one. I do kind of like the Jumper T Pro, though the feel of the sticks I used to get to that pretty quick. I didn't like the T Pro. Lawrence, yeah, that's a good point. The new shell for the X-Lite is like $20. So do that, clean the gimbals out, and you should be good to go. Foam, yeah, that is rattle from the battery. They changed the geometry of the rear shell, and that battery just flops around in there. Kind of sucks. But yeah, you're right. Chunk of foam, that clear it up. Shouldn't have to do that. I don't like the fact that it charges underneath. Joe MCK, DM me on the side there. I want to talk to you about your Zorro. Yeah, I'd like to talk to you about it. The original TX12. Same battery bay. And that's just the momentary switches rattling. The battery fits super tight in there. Also charges through the top, or it should be. There's this guy, like the, I don't know. Just so the benefit of this bay being bigger is you could probably just jam a LiPo in there. But I don't think anybody would do that. 18650s are just fine for it. Power Drone products. Power Drone. Gimblies. Yep. Oh, 49ers, yeah, I've been away from the hobby for a couple months, but why would you want to replace the Zorro? His is broken, that's why. I would replace it, or I would repair it, but yeah. Jones CK says he's a patron now. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. It is 11:08. About another 40 minutes here. We'll spin the wheel for the monthly giveaway, which is this guy here. Darwin FPV Baby 8. Analog, no receiver. Sorry, Baby 8 Pro. It's got the upgraded Cadex Ant camera in there. So we'll do that. I'm trying to figure out what I want to give away next month. I've got a whole bunch. Like once a year, I go through my workshop and I just clear out all the stuff I'm never going to use, things I don't want anymore, things are just taking up space. This entire bench is all, well, most of it is all stuff that I need to get rid of, aside from the DJI goggles and the Mark II TX12. There's a ton of stuff. I don't even know how to get rid of it. Like, I'm gonna make a section in my website once I find some freaking time to do it. It's gonna be the TweetFV garage sale, and I'm probably gonna mark everything like half off just to get rid of it. Yeah, 2.5 is greater than 3 inches. Change my mind. Well, Brandon, I don't think anybody can. I hear a lot of people saying 3 inches are better than 2.5. Why do you say 2.5 is better than 3 inches? Is it based on tuning characteristics, flight characteristics, or just the straight up fun value? Why? And by that logic, is 65 millimeter better than 3 inch? Or better than 2.5? It's your first 6 grade, so I'm out. Yeah, gotcha. If you want 3 inch, just get a 3.5. Well, then why not get a 4 if you want 3? Two and a half is more efficient. Okay, I believe that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just kind of curious why you say that. 2.5 inch sweet spot for prop size and power. I've heard that as well. I've experienced that. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I do prefer a 2.5 inch prop over a 3. Ellison says, or he asks, so the DJI V2s, message retracted, are not compatible with the current VTXs. I saw what you said, and I'm going to reply to it. No, they're not. No, unfortunately, they're not at this time. There's speculation that they will be eventually, but yeah, I don't believe that at all. Why would it? Why would they? Why would they? I have no idea what we are talking about in the chat. I've heard they've had fogging issues. Yeah, I've heard that too. A couple other YouTubers have reported that the fogging fan doesn't really do anything. I saw the first post of somebody saying these things fit worse than the V1s. I'm like, how? How could a goggle fit worse than these monstrosities? These things are god awful, but they're so good that we just kind of learned to live with it. These things fit terrible. They were designed to fit around an oak tree, like not a face. Like these things sucked. They still suck, but you know, when you're good, you're good. You can deal with a lot of the shortcomings, you know. No, that's all right, Mike Bergman. I sometimes read chats go back and forth. I'm like, is this something I should have been paying attention to, or is this something else? Yeah, 2.5 kick-ass with the right weight and KV. My favorite quad still to date is the 533 Tiny Trainer. If you know, you know. You know? A lot of fun. A lot of fun. But I've been trying to fly more and more. The weather's kind of letting up, which is nice. Trying to work on the next video, the 3D prints for FPV video. I realized the last stream I did, I could hear the cooling fan on the Voron. The thing's loud as hell. Sounds like a jet engine. So no print going on back there. I kind of want to get... I really want to do the time lapses better. It's just... it's hard to... I don't know, like the time lapse option that's built in Octoprint kind of sucks. At least I haven't had a whole lot of luck with it, but I don't know. My next goggles, HE0. Hopefully they'll be good. Yeah, that will be my next goggle purchase. Everything I'm seeing and hearing, and they're very open about what's going on with them, they are going to be kick ass, and they will be my next goggle, without a doubt. Mike Burger says it's weird. I built like 3 tiny trainers and ended up robbing them for electronics. Never put main batteries in them though. Well, I mean, no, you don't fly them for acro. They're not a good acro quad. They're fun for racing. If you just take them to a racetrack and just fly it balls out, they're a ton of fun. They're not a good acro quad. Like doing flippy floppies with them, they kind of suck. But everything in a proper tiny trainer build, everything is at the limit of what it can do. The batteries are just barely able to supply the motors. The motors just barely have enough thrust to haul the carcass of the thing. Like, it's all right on that edge of capability, and I love it. You can literally fly full throttle and feel like you are the baddest FPV racer out there. Complaints have been around the bridge of the nose and like, yeah, I've actually learned to embrace that to be able to look down at my radio. Like, it's gonna be there. Might as well use it. Too many triangle heads, odd faces for the yeah. So that was the thing I liked about the Sky Zone goggles. They came with two faceplates, one for Western faces and one for non-Western faces. Which worked well for everybody. Like, that was a good happy medium for everything. Yeah, the Tiny Ape looks like a great quad. Let's see, where's the Tiny Ape? Tiny Ape. This looks like a Rosser clone. Everybody's going with that triangular arm shape. $130 for a quad that comes with props and is ready to rock. That is, jeez, that's good. Shut up, go away. 2S. With a 1103, 8,000 kVs. Run cam Nano 4, so it's got a damn nice camera on it. 600 milliwatt VTX. Tri-blade. 2.5s. Like, this thing checks all the boxes. I might have to get one of these for a giveaway. I don't know. Where am I at here? I'm hoping for a walk signal VRX. I've heard that there are plans for a external VRX module for walk signal. That would be nice to have the option. I don't think I'd ever go with it, but it's nice to have options at least. That's gotta be really ticking off Fat Shark. Use Octolapse with a button. I don't know what that means. Octolapse. I know it's the time-lapse stuff, but are you saying put a switch at one end of the carriage to and then take a picture type thing? But then again, I'm also trying to do it with a webcam, so it looks like crap anyways. Oh, you cannibalized the tadpole? Oh, man. Darn. HG0, hurry up, take my money. Yeah, no kidding, right? HG0 goggles with analog and walk snail module would cover a lot of bases. It really would, yeah. Fractal 75 or the Tiny Ape. Let's see. Fractal 75. There's so many frames out there. It's hard to remember what they all are. Fractal 75 or the Tiny Ape. Oh, I'd do Tiny Ape. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The frame geometry is just better. Yeah. I would do the Tiny Ape. Yeah, for sure. North 49 RC. Next quad I get will not be built by me. It will be a production unit. I killed my last build on the bench. Never flew it. Yeah, this hobby has a lot of things that just keep people from like thriving in it. There's such a huge barrier for entry. Time, money, and skill. Like, honestly, there is skill to building. It sucks that, you know, it stopped before it ever flew for you. I feel bad for you. You know, maybe you win. Who knows? The Baby 8 Freestyle is an amazing drone. It's hard to think that something this cheap is such a good drone, but they totally are. Totally are. It's 11:20. Almost to the end here. We'll spin the wheel for that baby ape here in about 30, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. 11:45. It's 11:20 here. 11:45. Check out the Fractal 75. Okay, let's look at the Fractal 75. Boom, boom. Fractal 75. Here it is. So you're trying to decide between this Fractal 75, which is basically a 75 millimeter whoop with a carbon base plate, which is awesome, by the way. That my biggest complaint about the 75 millimeter whoops is they vibrate too much because it's all plastic. But that big chunk of carbon fiber is going to make a huge difference. But it's going to add a lot of weight versus the Tiny Ape Freestyle. I think that was what you said. You were between on the two. Like, these are two totally different quads. I think this will be a fun quad. I don't think it'll be great for flying in tight areas indoors. I think it'll be good for moderate outdoor conditions if the weather is perfect. But quads aren't like one size fits all. Like, you want to fly outside, take them ducks off and fly a traditional style frame. I do like the idea of the versatility here. Like, you could probably just rock it without the ducks on it, which would be cool as well. It's kind of what they're doing with the Mo Beetle. They give you... Was this the Mo Beetle? I don't remember. They give you the quad like this, and they also give you a carbon fiber frame so you can ditch the ducks. I don't know. I've had a few 75 millimeter quads. They've been okay, but that chunk of carbon fiber on there might make all the difference in the world. Those frames just get too flexible, especially with all that weight so far out on that lever, like the moment. There we go. There we go. Bench cam. There we go. So here's a 75 millimeter. This is one of the best flying 75 millimeter whoops I have ever flown. It runs silverware. It's a Beta FPV. I don't think ever actually produced this. This came in one of their starter kits. It's a 75 light. It's a very light frame. But the frames were always very, very flexible. Just that requires almost nothing. And with bigger motors being even farther out away from like the attachment point, it does tend to vibrate a lot. This was a fun quad. This was a very fun one. But having that chunk of carbon fiber on there might make it really nice. It certainly might. Adriano, thank you for 10 whatever those are. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. What is a R? An R dollar. R dollar. R pirate bucks. R dollars. HC0 box goggles are gonna be sweet. I didn't know they were building box goggles. Interesting. Anyone rocking the BQE Little Homie? I have not flown one of those. That's a pretty cool looking little frame. A big fan of the Rip Squeak. I like that. BQE has some of the kind of the neatest names for their quads. Yeah, I really like the Rip Squeak though. It's a simple, very effective design. Killed the 4.1 ESC just testing motor direction on setup. That sucks. And with AIOs, you never know. Was it you or was it the AIO? Because very well could be either one. Unfortunately. Brazilian Reais, I believe is what it is. Thank you so much. 10 rusty nails. Like BQE Bandolero with individual ESCs. Damn, individual ESCs. I ain't no way I got time for that anymore. So North 49 RC. I make this pitch every once in a while, but the number one best piece of equipment you can have for building quads, other than the stuff that you need for building quads like solder and screwdrivers and stuff like that, is one of these. This jeweler's lube can save your butt so much better than a multimeter can, because it only takes a second to just look down and look at your work and go, oh crap, that's bridged, or there's something on there. I consider this an essential piece of equipment for doing builds. This particular jeweler's loop, I really like these. It has this little gradient thing in there. You can take that out and throw it away. It's, you know, you're not gonna want it, but it's illuminated. Comes in a neat little case. Super useful little tool. I don't build without one. It's just easy enough to solder ball motors. Look at the board, go, yep, they look good. Moving on, or you can see like. By the naked eye, you look at one joint and be like, ah, it looks all right. And then once you get under it with the jeweler's loop, you're like, I need to fix that. It looks like crap. BQE skinny bitch. Yeah, I like that. That's such a cool name. It's the June, or is there another entry form? Should say August. Should be the August entry form. Morton, yeah. Let me see if you're on here. I don't see you on here. Do not see you there. Nope. You're not entered. You are not. I'm using TKS carbon furnace to upgrade my 65mm, 65mm whoops. Awesome. I've heard of them. I've never really checked them out, but that's the thing with 65mm whoops, is they're so on the ragged edge of weight that adding anything to them usually causes a pretty decent degradation in flight performance. I'm afraid to fly inside with no ducts. I've hovered my X class and the Beast class inside. I'm not saying it's smart. You probably shouldn't do that. The only part on the Tiny Ape I have to keep replacing is the props. Well, I mean, that's darn. Yeah. Also having a multimeter is almost a must for this hobby. There are some very, very affordable multimeters. They're very cheap. Don't go sticking them inside of like a service panel or anything like that. But for the low voltages we work at and the low currents, this is perfectly capable of everything you need it to do. And it's small, it's light, it's cheap. It will get you in the ballpark. You're not looking to go down to like thousandths of an ohm. You're just, do I have an open or do I have a short? It's really all we're looking at here. Is the battery full or is the battery empty? That is good enough for what we're doing here. You don't need to go out and buy, a high-end Fluke multimeter. You should, if you can afford it. You don't need to. This hobby, there's no need for high-end multimeters. Cheap ones work just fine. But remember, it's cheap. Don't go using it on stuff that you should be using a high-end multimeter on. There's a reason why they're expensive, and it's to keep you from dying. Always had good luck with SpeedX30. Yeah, SpeedX30 amp ESCs were like bulletproof back in the day. They were great. I can use one of those lenses. I'm about to build a 3-inch on a 20x20, and I can't resolve those tiny pads of that one. 20x20 does add a significant challenge to building. I don't build anything bigger than 20x20 anymore. 30x30, I ain't got no time for that. It's too much weight. It's too big. Takes up too much space. Don't need it. 20x20 stuff is solid, unless you're doing some really ridiculous stuff. But if you're doing that ridiculous stuff, then you know what gear you need, and you're not paying attention to my recommendations. Kind of like, how do I solder a new gyro on my board? Well, if you're asking me, you can't do it. That's really what it comes down to. Starting to get cold here in Milwaukee. Feels like summer coming to an end. Jeez, I wish it'd start to cool off here. JMCK, I was talking to Carl about the other day, and they won't say who's manufacturing them. The rumor was, at least with their, well, I mean, not really the rumor, but the going thing with their goggles is they're manufacturing themselves, so they're going to outsource the box goggle. That's interesting because, I mean, Fat Shark built their box goggle last, which is a good goggle. Don't see a link on Patreon. Well, I assure you it is there. You may have to click on the post to get to the link. It should start with late to the party. Yeah, we did build 16x16. Yeah, it's even worse. AIOs, especially if you're trying to pick up like a UART that's in the middle of the board that's just like one little dot. Those things are fun. Any ideas what's going on with my DVR? Started a day ago. Live view is fine. Just the recordings are all static now. A couple before were going black and white after a little bit. Sounds like your DVR is dying. Is it a standalone DVR or is it one built into a goggle? Easy recommendations. Sometimes the DVRs are very particular about the quality of the signal coming into them. If the frame timing gets off, like the camera's damaged and it's acting weird between that and the VRX, it may not record, but it just sounds like it's pretty much just dying. Simple things, coins are all stacked now. Yeah. It sounds like it's dying, or whatever connects the DVR to the VRX has broken. Props are consumable. They certainly are. The Yvonne Rush are indestructible, but fly terrible. Probably the most indestructible prop for a 5-inch was the T-Motor 5150. They're like a racing prop. I swear you could run an entire season on those props and never replace one. They were just absolutely indestructible. Didn't corner well, but very indestructible. Yeah. I tend to keep trying props. Keep my props until they're totally inflatable. I hate swapping them. Well, just click on it, bro. Morton, just click on it. I mean, 35 other people have done it, so I don't know what's different for you. Let's see. Ricardo Ferreira says, I just got myself a resin printer, and despite the small build volume, I can also print flex, and now I'm able to print so much parts without the need to become an FPM guru. Yes. Unfortunately, resin parts, even with the flexible resin, just do not hold up for anything FPV related. They're more flexible, but they break way easier than TPU does. I love my resin printer. It's kind of a messy pain in the butt, but like the quality of prints that come out of that are so much better than FDM. But TPU has a there's a reason why everybody uses TPUs, because it works really well. NM, I'm an idiot. Found it. I knew you would. I knew you'd find it, buddy. Glad you got it. 36 people entered for the giveaway. We're going to do this in about 10 minutes. If you haven't, why don't you join Patreon? Show me some support. And possibly win a quad. Been flying some lemon limes on the glide. Smooth. My go-to prop is the S3s. I know there's better out there, but I just have a ton of them. And Boost and JDM says the giveaway link was visible on my email. That's maybe why some are having problems. Just clicked where I expected it to be. Yeah, it does look different in Patreon this month around for some reason. I don't know why. Patreon also did change their entire layout this month. Still hate Patreon. It's still a terrible platform, but it does serve a purpose. I don't like it. But no, it's Patreon. That's what I got to deal with. Yeah. Go cheapo, wash the bottles in IPA bowl, leave them in the sun. Yeah, I that's what I was doing. I ended up buying one of the Kirin wash stations just because it's always raining here, and usually when it's raining, there's no sun, so. It's just a way that I could keep doing FDM MSLA prints at night, because that's usually when I had the most free time, was to do it when it's dark out. It does make the cleanup process so much easier. Scott, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. My Patreon supporters and you guys with the super chats are what keep this whole disaster I call a YouTube channel going. No YouTube video this week. Let's see how well YouTube kind of shoves it in my ass for not doing that. The last time I went a week without uploading a video, my revenue got cut in half. Not that I'm here for the money, but it's a measurable thing now, so it factors in. Adriano, playing with the lights. How do you guys like it? Mac282 for $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Wheel or Doggy Donuts, whichever suits it. I got here late. Sorry. The Doges, they're, I don't know what the hell they're doing now, but they're not here anymore. I mean, they're here. They're just never down here anymore. The couch has been bare for a while. The dogs just, I think they've had enough of my BS. Well, I also closed the door, so that doesn't help. And my daughter's upstairs probably strangling them, trying to make them do things. She thinks they're like her own personal little dolls. She just pushes them all around the house. I used to drink IPA. I have tried IPAs, so many different ones. I can't do it. They're good for like half a bottle, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is just. I've had good IPAs that I could have a couple, and I really enjoyed them. But for the most part, I get like half a bottle. I'm like, I want this stuff to be over with. Give me my PBR. Oh man, there was a guy in my hometown. He got busted drinking E85. Who knows how he didn't die? Adriano, love them lights. Hey man, thanks a lot. Ton of work went into that. If you guys didn't see the video on how I built this quad wall monstrosity, check it out. It's in the YouTube video thingy. I love the WLED software. Just makes controlling and configuring and setting this up so easy. I mean, even the one on the couch, it's running WLED. You can do cool stuff with it. I love LEDs. Ergobleds they're fun. I don't care what anybody says. The Doge flight controller. I remember that. I don't remember anything about it, but I remember hearing about it. Free range chicken. I don't know what you wrote, but Mr. Beans didn't like it. I didn't catch what it was. Brandon, you are off the rails. What is going on? That's all right. It happens. Yeah, he was drinking E85. He was hard up to get a buzz, and he sure frickin' found it. It's all right, Brandon. It happens. Yeah, it looked like a pain. It was a total pain in the ass. I enjoyed doing it, but it was one of the bigger projects I've done. It just took a long time to get the parts, and then to put it all together. Phone spasm, and all buttons were mashed. That's all right. It happens. Technology gets us. But free range chicken for $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. I can see what you wrote. It was always appreciate the stream. Thanks. Hey man, I always appreciate everybody coming out. This is the highlight of my FPV week. Honestly, the funnest thing I've done all month was go dirt bike riding yesterday. God, it's just so damn fun. It's exhausting. It's just hot as here, and it's so much fun. So much fun. But I'm need to get some chase footage going while I'm there. Maybe make it for some cool video. It's hard to do drone video when I also want to go do the thing that the drone video is recording. You know what I mean? But yeah. So E85 isn't denatured. I don't know. I don't know what's in E85, but this dude was just f***ed up. I mean, if it works like he thought it was, that's pretty affordable, you know? Pretty affordable. It's hard to find fuel around here that doesn't have ethanol in it. I do remember that, Brandon. I do remember that. That was a while ago. That was a thing. Cheap alcohol. Well, now, yeah. This is back when E85 just started being a thing. So like early 2000s. All right, guys, it's 11:44. We're gonna close down the giveaway entry link here in just a minute. 38 entries. Thank you everybody who joined and signed up. And I just don't know. I've been racking my brain trying to think about what to give away next month. I got a lot of stuff. I just don't know what to do. Yeah, there's just so much stuff on that bench. All right, it is 11:45 my time. I'm going to close the entry links down here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Athex says, I need 1S stuff. I have some 1S stuff. Let me know what you need. All right, 38 entries. This form is no longer accepting responses. Well, no shiz. I just did that. All right, let's let's go ahead and I'm gonna build up this wheel. I'll leave you with a little bit of something to watch here. Yeah, it's not drone related, but it entertains me. Here we go. I need to move windows around. Let's put this guy over here. Over here, yeah. YouTube says put an ad in. Put an ad break in. Put an ad break in. All right, here, guys. I'll be right back in a minute. I'll build up this wheel. You guys can watch some moto fun. Hopefully you guys can hear that all right. They're all orange. Yeah, they are all orange. We had just traded bikes between the three of us, just for shits and grins. My other buddy's riding a 525 KTM. It's the exact same bike, just set up a little bit different. Then the other one's on a two-smoker. I don't remember what size KTM it was. I haven't ridden a two-stroker forever. But the other two, they're running automatic clutches. I'm the only one with a man clutch. It's weird, and I don't like the auto clutch thing. They're also expensive. Oh, Morton, that's a great idea. Yeah, I'll probably give away the Explorer next time because I don't fly it anymore. That'd be a good thing to do. Let's see. KTM for the win. Yeah. I hate him, but I love him. It's just this way it is. Wrong way, thanks. Got the lights. Alessandro, you would think that the clutch is essential, but just about anybody who's anybody that's doing some serious off-roading, they are all using the Recluse auto clutches. You can do a lot of really dumb shit and you won't stall. Plus, doing like a third gear digs from a dead stop is kind of fun. All right, that's enough of this. Let's see. All of us trying to figure out where the hell to go next. And I'll do that. All right, guys, here we go. Got the wheel up. This is everybody that was in here. Take a quick look. If you're not in there, I'm sorry. Let's shuffle this thing up a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, the Recluse auto clutch is a big deal in off-road dirt bike riding. I'd say more people use it than don't, I think, at this point. They are very good. The only thing that always scared me about them is they work off a centrifugal design, so if all the clutch plates are spring-loaded out, so they're disengaged at idle, and there's a ramped, an inclined plane with ball bearings on them, and you change the engagement point based off like the carbide bearings versus the stainless steel bearings, changing the weight. And when the engine revs up, they fling out and they compress the clutch pack. My fear is that if you throttle stuck, there's no amount of clutch that you could use to actually override it. Shit, one of the bikes didn't even have a clutch on it. Didn't have a clutch lever. Just freaked me out. Didn't like it. It was weird. It was weird. All right. That was not using gyroflow. That was using the built-in GoPro stabilization on the 8. Could be better. Certainly could be better. All right. And the mount. Since we're talking about it, I'll just show you guys real quick. I know it doesn't really apply, but it's the Dango design chip clip, and it just clips onto the mouth, the chin bar of my helmet, and then the GoPro is just right there. I've been thinking about upgrading my GoPro from the 8 to maybe the 10 or whatever's coming next. I just need to. Lawrence, 20. 20, he says. He knows why. 20 it is. I got 20. Then you have to ask. 20. Sounds like exactly what old nitro car clutch. Yeah, it's the same concept. It's just much lighter. So there's usually a manual clutch override. You can leave the clutch lever in there, but I think in reality, with the amount of centrifugal force the engine is going to create, you're not going to be able to override it with a clutch lever. That's just a thought. I don't know. Clutch is your safety valve. Yeah, no shit. That's why I don't think I would ever run a Recluse auto clutch. The first one I ever saw was on my dad's dirt bike. He had a 98 Honda CR500, and if you've ever started one of those, you don't ever want to stall them, especially when you're hot and tired, because it is exhausting. All right, guys, enough shitty chat. Let's shuffle this thing up, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for playing along. We'll be doing it again next month. Well, this month. You know who we got here. Is it going to be Mike Bergman or Colin Walsh? I believe it's going to be Michael Bergman. Michael Bergman, congratulations. You won? What the hell did you win? Oh, yeah. Darwin FEV Baby Ape, congratulations, buddy. You are the proud owner of a brand new plug and play because it has no receiver. Baby 8 Pro. I keep forgetting to say Pro. This is all you. Awesome, man. Congratulations. Couldn't happen to a better person. Congratulations. Anyways, if you guys are watching along and you're like, how the hell did that, how do you get into that? Well, here's how you get into it. Every month, Patreon supporters, $5 and up. It's $5 a month. When I make the giveaway, when I finally get off my dead butt, figure out what it is, make the listing, do all, like, there's a lot of stuff that goes in the background to make that happen. I post the link in a private post. It's to $5 and up patrons. You guys get the link right away. Everybody else, when I go live with the video for the giveaway, I make it public, and then basically you kind of have to be there to win because you got to be at the live stream to sign up. So $5 and up, you do get the benefit of early access to that kind of stuff and other giveaways that I do. Also, you get access to the patron-only section of my Discord. That's any tier of Patreon. You get the patron-only section. So yeah, that is how it works. If you want to be one of the cool kids up here, sign up Patreon. I would prefer if you did more than $5 a month, but hey, let's be realistic here. Shit's tough. Times are tough. Got the Dust Bowl. Run out of burrito fixins. Shit. Had to get a quote in today. I had to get a quote in. Yeah. CR500 is some scary, scary, scary shit. That bike put my dad in the hospital for like 6 months. Broke his femur. Stud that thing up once and rode it on the ice. That was like one lap. I'm like, oh, we're done. That's going to kill us. Yeah, that bike is pretty BA. And like I said, scary as hell. Let's see, Mike Bergman. I think, yeah, no problem. Lawrence. He honestly won it for you because he picked 20. If it was 21, probably would have been somebody else. So you got. I mean, I take half the. I'll take half the thanks. Yeah, Lawrence gets the other half. Pulled the ant out of my baby 8, but I think my camera was defective. I can't get it into focus to save my life. Yeah, well, that's CADX for you, unfortunately. Andriano, thanks for coming out, man. Greatly appreciated. It's coming up to about noon here. Well, it's noon where I'm at. Mr. Joshua Bardwell, he should be streaming here in about 3 minutes after his 6 minute long intro song. Brandon Baked Beans has electrolytes. That's what plants crave. Thank you. Someone's got it. Yeah, broken femur. Lots of issues because of it. But that bike was some scary, scary shit. All right. Well, anyways, the weather's nice. The sun's shining. The grass is growing. I got to go remove about 1.5 inches of it because it just rains all week. And the horses, fuck stupid things. They decided to knock down 8 fence boards this week because all horses do, heat, money, and shit problems. Remember, what really killed Superman? It was a horse. Look it up. You know what I'm talking about. You know I'm right. Lawrence would have broken it quick. Yeah, you would have. Brandon. Just remember that you won today in case JB decides to go off on you again. Oh, that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out today. This has been a lot of fun. Feeling good today. I've been kind of recovering from the Rona, man. That took a while. Like I'm finally feeling about like 98% right now. My elbow's been hurting ever since. I don't know if that's related, but oh man, that hurts like hell. I gotta go see somebody about that. Anyways, look forward to the next video coming out. Probably should be Thursday if I get off my dead ass and get it going. Should be the five of my favorite FPV 3D prints. Hope you guys enjoy that one. It's gonna be a ton of work and hopefully a ton of fun. All right, guys. Mike Bergeron have been less offensive lately. The mod status was like having a kid calm me down. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out. If you want to get yourself some Tweetfee radio grips or any of the merch, the Tweetfee shirts, which I don't know why I never wear it. I always wear these freaking Jack Edwards Air shirts. They're just comfortable. It's like, the JB Intro song is like 8 minutes long. Yeah, no kidding. I like the song. It's just, it's freaking long. Like, I have plenty of time to clean up here, go upstairs, say hi to the kid, figure out lunch, pop in an earbud, and just catch the beginning. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, my God. And the power. Oh, my God. Death Machine. Yeah. There's a funny ass meme somebody sent me last week. Oh man, I probably can't or shouldn't show this, but it's funny. You guys can pause it there and read it when it's done, because it's some funny shit. All right, guys. We'll see you around. Have fun. Go fly. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the month. Enjoy FPV. Enjoy life. Spread the good word of FPV with friends and family. And if they don't like them, they can themselves. All right, guys. See you next time. Stay positive. Bye. Oh yeah, if you need help tuning quads, hit up Brandon Baked Beans. He is a wizard with that shit. All right, we'll see Guys, I totally forgot. Sorry to come back again. Happy Labor Day. All those that are serving, have served. Thank you. Semper Paratus. We'll see you later.
Get